Longer story short there. So it goes back to when I was in California, I grew up in predominantly Asian spaces. And so in college, it was predominantly Asian American. In high school, very Asian American. And so working for the Obama campaign in Chicago and in Florida, and then ultimately moving to DC after the election was my first exposure to being in non-Asian spaces. And so in a nutshell, I think there are two reasons that drove me to want to teach. One, it's that, I resonate very deeply with the story of, I got lucky with the right teachers and people who looked out for me when I was in high school and college to get to some of the opportunities that I've been blessed to have. And it's one way of giving back. And that resonates with me from, when I think about my family and like the value they put on education and as a working class kind of child of a working class parents. But the other part of it too had to actually do with identity and race. And so when I was in DC, it was the first time that I wrestled with the idea of being the Asian guy, because it's something that I never really questioned when I was growing up in my younger years. And so what happened was I ended up working for Senator Kaine in his DC office, and one of the things he encouraged me to look into and try out was helping to organize and speak with the Asian American community in Virginia. And so I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know what that looked like, but I had an older kind of Asian American brother named Joe Montano in the office who'd been there, done that, and he took me under his wing to give me some tips on that, and it opened my eyes to how large and rich and diverse our community was, both in Virginia and nationally, and also showed, for me, like I didn't spend that much time or enough time up to that point thinking about my own identity as an Asian American. And so I thought it would be helpful to take a step back from working in politics and kind of figure out, like, what does this mean for me? And so that's when I moved to Mississippi, on a personal level to kind of figure out those questions. And then on a professional level, I want to be able to also give back and do some more public service. And so I ended up being a teacher, math teacher in middle school in Clarksdale, Mississippi. That's where I got placed through Teach for America.